Parabellum. Noun. A type of semi-automatic pistol or machine gun. Hey there guys, Tom here. Welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me for this, my review of John Wick Chapter 3, Semi-Automatic Pistol or Machine Gun. And also, before we get into today's review, if you guys have not subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. It's probably the second definition, hey. Latin word for if you want peace, prepare for war. If you've seen John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, leave your thoughts in the comments section below and let's carry on this discussion. So John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum picks up right after John Wick Chapter 2 left off. You have John Wick excommunicado from the Hotel Continental, and he's now on the run from every assassin ever. Guys, the John Wick franchise is one that I adore so much. The first John Wick was such a nice surprise of a movie to me. I was very late to the first John Wick. I didn't see it till it came out on Blu-ray, and I just heard nothing but good things, so I picked up the Blu-ray and I watched it, and oh my god, what a great movie the first movie was. So I was very excited to go and see John Wick Chapter 2, and I quite like John Wick Chapter 2, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one, and it is a step down. Now, in terms of action and John Wickness, is it a step down? No, but the second one is a step down in terms of its pacing, and I feel like its story got a little bit too convoluted for what it needed to be. The first one was a very simple story, and I think John Wick works better the simpler it is. And John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is one hell of a ride. I enjoyed the heck out of John Wick Chapter 3. This movie has the most action that the John Wick franchise has ever seen. It has the best action in it of the entire franchise. And when you have a mixed martial artist and a stuntman for a director, obviously you're gonna get amazing action. Something I really appreciated about this movie more than the other two installments is the long, continuous takes when there's a fight scene happening. When John Wick is fighting, or when any two characters are fighting, the camera just sort of pans around the fight. It doesn't cut in between and have multiple quick cut edits like you see in most generic action movies. Just long takes so we can watch the fight happen in front of our eyes very clearly. It's very immersive, and all the action in this film, just when you think they can't top the John Wick action, they keep managing somehow to top it and top it and top it again and again and again. Now, we can't talk about John Wick Chapter 3 without talking about our favorite thing in the world, dogs. Halle Berry's in this movie, and oh, Halle Berry. She's an old associate of John Wick, and she has two dogs, two Belgian Malinois, and they are awesome. They're not in the movie for as long as I wanted them to be in the movie, but they do kick a lot of ass and bite a lot of balls. And that's one of the things I love about the John Wick series, is it incorporates different elements and different things into the action. You know, John Wick, you know, can kill people with a pencil if he needs to, but then you involve cars, you involve dogs, and this one has motorbikes and ninjas, and it's just awesome. The other thing I really love about this movie is the Continental, because John Wick Chapter 3 goes more into the rules of the Continental, and you get a sense a bit more of the whole lore surrounding the hotel. And that's been one of the most fascinating elements of the John Wick series, is that hotel, and I know they're working on a TV series about the Continental. Lance Reddick plays Sharon in the movie, the concierge that you've seen in the previous two movies. And I absolutely love the role they gave him in this film. Obviously, this is a non-spoiler review, so I'm not going to talk about that in detail, but they've really given him something special to do in John Wick Chapter 3, and I'm glad he doesn't just stand behind that desk and say, "Welcome back, Mr. Wick," even though that is in of itself awesome. And obviously we have Ian McShane back as the Continental owner, Winston, again, and his role in this film is also very good, and they also gave him more to do in this film too, and I absolutely adore his character. There's a lot of humor in this film too. This film is quite funny, and none of the jokes were forced. They were all perfectly timed. A lot of it's dry humor, and there's a lot more humor in John Wick 3 than it is in the previous two installments, and I love that. I think all the humor in this film is great. As John Wick Chapter 3, you are in for one hell of a wicked ride, every pun intended. This film doesn't mess about. There's no dead air time. There's no filler time in this film. It's all go, go, go. From the second this movie starts, you are in it. You are in the action. You are on the ride. It's going. It's not slowing down. And John Wick Chapter 3 does set up a possibility for future installments. And for that possibility, this guy right here is very, very excited. John Wick 3 easily is my favorite of the John Wick franchise. Not by much. My ranking of the John Wick franchise goes as such: John Wick Chapter 3, John Wick 1, John Wick 2. I love the first John Wick, and John Wick 3 beats it, but not by much, but easily it is my favorite of the franchise so far. So, thank you very much for watching this review, guys. If you've seen John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's carry on the discussion. Also, remember, hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. My name is Tom. Thank you very much for watching. Be seeing you.